Well, after that bit of nothing, our two main characters finally introduce themselves to one another.
I'm Zach.
I'm Krista.
Krista shows Zach around the forest while those pesky, stupid humans foolishly unleash the monster Hexus, played by Tim Curry, from his wooden prison. He then works his way into their radio, where he tells the workers to head out and destroy Ferngully.
You're going to Ferngully, and I want you there by morning.
Didn't our boss used to be a woman?
Wendy turned into a British guy.
We then hear Hexus sing about how he loves pollution and how he considers their relationship toxic love.
Slime beneath me, slime up above. You love my toxic love.
I'm just a cheap, toxic height from transsexual toxic mania. I'm just a cheap, toxic height from transsexual.
Did that make any sense?
No,
Are you ever going to mention it again?
probably not.
Big-lipped alligator moment!
Big-lipped alligator moment!
So Krista and Zach sit and talk more about how the rainforest is good and humans are the devil.
But trees give life. They make the clouds, the rain, the air.
Oh, we've got air.
Yeah, if you don't mind getting all your minerals in one breath.
Too subtle!
Don't you miss talking to the forest?
What does it say?
Well, listen.
It's raining like magic.
Oh, it sounds like a crappy pop song!
Yeah, that sounds cool.
No, usually it's warm.
No, cool means hot. You know, bodacious, bad, tubular, as in, you are one bodacious babe.
Another 1992 catchphrases.
To show his, sudden romantic interest in Krista, he carves her name into a tree, which is a Ferngully no-no.
No, you mustn't do that. Here. Can't you feel its pain?
Its nervous system is screaming in agony!
We need 10 cc's of penicillin, stat!
So Krista introduces Zach to the rest of the Keebler elves as they all analyze her new friend.
Somehow I thought they'd be bigger.
Well, I had a little accident and he sort of shrank.
Things don't go well when one of the fairies is threatened because he used to be the most feminine male.
Why don't you come with me and the boys? We'll give you a taste of real Ferngully wildlife. Unless, of course, you're not up to it.
I'm up to anything you could dish out, bud.
It's my stereo.
Look, I found it, so I'll explain it, all right?
It's a recording of music.
Wow, Zach, way to inexpensive copyright your way out of this song. I'll teach him to move in on my girlfriend / possible sister.
Well, I don't know what a recording is, but I know what music is, and that is not music.
Isn't that right, Jasmine? I mean Krista. Maybe we should consult the genie. I mean Betty. After all, that is why I'm Sultan. I mean King. Which animated movie am I in again?
Come on, Zach.
See you around, Zag.
Allow me to mispronounce your name to express my disrespect for you. But Krista steals him away and takes him to what looks like under 3 Mile Island, where they have a rather strange romantic moment.
Someday you might be thinking life has passed you by. Your spirits might be sinking with hope and short supply.
Now you're pregnant. Even though Zach and Krista were gone for just a few minutes, Krista arises to discover the fastest tearing down of trees in world history. Oh, if only we weren't so busy having fairy sex.
Humans did it. Humans did it all.
A wizard should know better.
So the fairies gather together and decide the only thing to do is, this.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
Are they changing from mint flavor to raspberry fresh?
I have no clue.
Look out! It's the plot! Well, whatever they did, it all seems to center around Krista, as she's apparently the magical leader of the tribe now.
This constant waving of my arms isn't working!
Well, alright, Gummy. We're going to war.
Oh yeah, because every kid will understand the John Wayne reference. Gee, if I didn't know any better, I'd swear they were saying that pollution and toxins were a bad thing.
So Zack breaks into the machine and figures out that the only way to turn off this Leviathan is to turn off the Leviathan.
Well, that was disappointingly simple. It doesn't even make sense. If he feeds off of pollution, what was he feeding on before the humans came along?
But don't worry, through the magic of... just magic, I guess, Hexus regenerates himself and comes back to life. That makes sense.
They're numb from the brain down.
But she gets out her magic beam that turns the Dark Lord into a chia pet for some reason, and thus all order is restored to Ferngully. Zack is transformed back to his normal size, where he'll go home forgetting about how to save the environment just like everyone else who watched this movie. This movie is awful! It made no sense, it made no money, and it made us want to chop down as many eucalyptus trees as possible. I think my biggest problem with this movie is that while they're trying to tell us to save the rainforest and not cut down trees, how many trees do you think they chopped down to make the paper for this animated movie?
Or not to mention the greatest factual wrong of the movie, which is to infer that the major cause of deforestation is the logging industry. It's not. It's cows clearing rainforest. We need rainforest, and, you know, they clear them out.
See, even to environmental nutballs, this movie makes no sense.
Say that again.
Even to... I'm a nostalgia critic.
And I'm your nostalgia chick.
We remembered so you don't have to.